Hey everybody, it's Pixel, and today we're going to be making a Japanese street food called, if I'm pronouncing this even remotely right, Onigirazu. Or in short, sushi sandwiches. Yeah, it sounds a little out there, right? Well, for that we're going to need our sushi seaweed wrap, the bigger sheets, some cling wrap, going to need rice, and I'm going to be making two types. A spicy kimchi smoked salmon type and a baked breaded tofu and imitation crab meat type. Now each type is going to have cream cheese and cucumber slices in it and probably a little drop of my favorite chili sauce that I like so much. Anyway, we got a little bit to do before we can assemble them, so let's get going. One of the first things we're going to be doing is cutting our tofu into, say about a 1/2 inch pieces. Putting some soy sauce on both pieces and letting them rest for a little while. Okay, and after about 10 minutes, just a light soaking in that sauce, we are going to be taking a piece of our tofu, putting it into cornstarch or flour, whichever base you want to start with. Some people prefer one over the other. Okay, after the cornstarch, we are going to give it a coat of egg whites. And last but not least, put it into our panko breadcrumbs. Give it a nice thorough coating of those. Don't skimp on the breadcrumbs, folks. And put it onto our baking sheet like so. Okay, I'm going to repeat that with the second one, and I'll be right back. Alright, our two tofu destined to be baked, I should say, patties are done. We're going to be putting that into our preheated oven at 400 degrees for about 30 minutes, flipping them over about 15 minutes in. And after baking for 30 minutes, our tofu pieces are very hot, brown and crispy, and probably need to cool off before we put them with everything else. So let's make the other one first, and then we'll assemble this one. Alright, let's talk about our setup a little bit. We're going to get that cling wrap that we talked about and lay out a piece that's approximately about as big as our sushi seaweed sheet. Then you're going to want to lay this one out, not taut with it, like if this is a square, do it the opposite way so it's a diamond on top of it. If you know what I mean. Next thing you're going to want to do is take a minimal amount of rice. Put our base down. Don't want to overstuff these things because we have to fold up the seaweed and it's very brittle, as some of you may already know. Then, in this case, we are going to want to take some of the pieces, of our salmon, lay them down to how much or how thick you want the layers. I myself am going to break mine up a little bit. There we go. Now to give that a little change, we're going to put probably about 4 or 5 pieces of our cucumber in the middle. We put 2 globs of our cream cheese, and last but not least, I am putting a few larger pieces of kimchi into our little sandwich. We're going to call this one done. I'm going to give this one a fold up and show you what it looks like in a minute. Okay, I have acquired a lovely camera girl named Lyrical, so I can show you exactly how to fold this. It's almost going to be like a little envelope or package would be. You're going to fold it up to the best of your abilities. Remember, the seaweed is usually extremely frickin' crinkly, much like this. You will not get it perfect. But you will, however, take your saran wrap, fold it as tightly as you can, even if it gets crinkly. So that you make a nice little saran wrap wrapped up package. When we get back, we'll cut this up and see how it goes. Okay, we have our first little sandwich in the refrigerator resting. While we're doing that, these have cooled off, and we're going to place one in the middle of our rice base again. I'm going to put down a layer of our cucumbers. Then, put down a very thin, if possible, layer of our crab. Or in my case, imitation crab. Right, now if you want to, you could always top it off with a little more rice, but I think I've got enough in here, so let me fold that up and add it to my other one to rest for about 5 or 10 minutes. Alright, they've both sat in the fridge for about 5 or 10 minutes. You have to take the saran wrap off, and they've been pressed down. I think our one with the tofu in it got a little too full, so it's falling apart. So we'll take a taste of the other one first. But I'm going to put a little bit of chili sauce on my plate and get ready to taste them.